they have some, because ultimately even in Madhurya Rasa, even in Shringara Rasa, all the other rasas are present there. The ingredients of the other rasas are present in that Madhurya Rasa. So, for any Rupanuga, Raganuga, Vaishnava, Sadhak, he will have to be firmly established in Maryada himself, externally. Because if one does not observe Maryada, then how will he teach others? And then he will become a disturbance in society. Others may follow his bad example. If I say Shruti Smriti Puranari Pancharatri Vidhimina Akantaka Hare Bhakti Utpadhyaya Vakarupate. So, therefore, Raghunaga Sadhaki actually practices. Why did Shavanam Kirtanadani Vahiri Bhakti Ulitani? Yani Sat Anganistan Yatta Vigyayani Manishiri. That the Raghunaga Sadhaki will absorb all the limbs of Vaini Sadhana externally, while internally always focusing on his internal mood. So the Raghunaga Bhakta also, in some ways, can be even more strict externally than the Vaidhi Sadhak. He follows everything. So when we look at Ram Lila, then there are so many things that we can be taken from there. Even just from an ordinary point of view. So many things. Like Mahabharata. Why Mahabharata is called the fifth Veda? Because there's so many teachings in there for everyone. From A to Z. Basic morality to the highest forms of bhakti. So Ram Lila is a bit like that also. You can see that there are so many basic teachings there. You see how the Dasya Bhakti, like I said that Ram Lila has 2.5 rasas. In Ram there's 2.5 ras. The Shanta ras, Dasya ras, but it's mixed with some Sakya, mixed with some Vatsalya. But primarily the ras of that is what? Of that Lila is what is Dasya. So as you can see in Bharat Maharaj, Lakshman, how the brothers they are always serving Ram, respecting him. Always. Never they are going outside of Maryada. Always. And even if it seems like momentarily, ultimately they are all focused in their bhakti to Ram. So, we can see that when, after the Ram, Lakshmana, Shatrugna, Bharat, they were married, then they came back to Ayodhya. That time, then the Ramayana really starts to begin to take off, begin. Here we see that how we heard that Ramachandra himself had a desire to go to the forest, to meet with his dear devotees, protect the rishis, the sadhus, protect the good name of his father and the Raghu dynasty. Therefore he approached Kaikeyi and requested her, you must do a favor for me, you must ask for these benedictions, that Bharat will be made king and I will be sent to the forest for 14 years. So Kaikeyi, for the happiness of Ram, even though she knew that Rama will reject her, hate her, everything, still she thought for Ram's happiness, she was ready to do anything. So, that time, in the desire of the Lila Shakti of the Lord, then the hunchback, old maidservant of Kaikeyi, Mantara, she began speaking so many things in Kaikeyi's ears. And giving her cure, giving her some ideas. And it was Ram's birthday was to come. And Dasharatha Maharaj, he had a desire that Ram would be made king. He had this desire. Even though he had promised to who? To Kaikeyi, Maharaj Kaikeyi, you give me your hand, your daughter's hand in marriage to me, Kaikeyi. If a son is born to her, he will be made king. And that is another Bharat Maharaj. He has promised that. But now what did Maharaj Dasarath do? He sent Bharat and Shatrugna to some faraway kingdom, to their uncles or some place, some long distance, many days away, on some official business work. That time happened to coincide with the upcoming of Ram's birthday. So, that time, Dasarath Maharaj was very happy. Oh, now I have a son and Ram will be also made king. Everyone in Ayodhya desired, wanted this. This is like the fulfillment of his dreams. He was feeling so happy. But he secretly, sneakily, he had made these arrangements. Kaikeyi was also so happy. The news had spread out. Oh, that Ram is. They even went to consult with Vasishtha Rishi. They said, oh, this time is very auspicious actually for the coronation. It should be done now. If anyone who is coronated during this time, it will be topmost. Therefore, even though Bharat and Shatrugna are not here, it should be done. These things should not be an obstacle. This coronation should not be delayed. It was a very astrological, perfect time. So, the preparations, everything were being made. And even Kaikeyi, hearing this news, she was so happy. Why? Her Ram. She loved Ram more than her own son Bharat. So, hearing the news that Ram will be king, she was extremely happy. Then Mandara started speaking in the ears of Kaikeyi. Why are you smiling so much? Wipe that smile off your face. This smile will lead to your own, it will lead to your destruction. You are smiling now, you are thinking, oh, very nice. But in reality, this is like, it's like someone who is very hungry and thirsty in the forest, they find a fruit. They are rejoicing to have that fruit, but that fruit is actually a poisonous fruit. They don't know it yet. You think Ram becoming king, this will be good for you. It will lead to your destruction. You become a dasi, a maid servant for the rest of your life. This is what you want. Then Kaikeyi was like, what are you? No, you are just exaggerating. You are just an old woman. Why are you so bitter? Why are you so looking at everything in such a negative way? Be positive. Ram, Shatrugna, Bharat, they all fought brothers. They love each other so much. Everyone wants this. The whole Ayodhya wants it. Even I want it. You're the only person I do not want this. Kaikeyi don't want that. Then Mantra says, oh, I may be old, but I have seen a few things in my life. I can see that this is going to lead to your destruction. Don't you find it suspicious or convenient that Dasarath Maharaj sent Bharat and Shatrugna on official business away during this time? And he's like sowing these doubts in the heart of Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi is thinking, okay, maybe some coincidence, but coincidence or not, but Bharat would want this also. Bharat would never want to become king in the presence of Ram. And then Mantra, she began saying so many things like this. That don't be naive, don't be simple-hearted. You don't do things in such a way that will lead to your destruction or lead to your infamy or lead to your poverty. You have a chance to correct and make everything right. This is all a plot. Listen, if Ram becomes king, if Kaushalya becomes the main queen, you will become like a maid servant. For the rest of your life, you will be subordinate. Now everything is very happy, but once Ram becomes king, then what will happen? Once he has children and their daddies to go to, then what will happen? No one will even look at you. You will be in one corner of the palace, you will be meaningless. You have no value. Wake up, open your eyes, don't you see what is happening? Then she reminded, Dasarath Maharaj himself, he promised your father that your son will become king. You know this thing. How have you forgotten this? How is it that he's conveniently forgotten his promise to you? And now you are open-handedly, you're welcoming all these things. Then she started speaking like this, very harsh. Then Kaikeyi was saying, but listen, what possibly could go wrong? We have always been happy together, and I've always had a very good relation with all the queens, and I don't see any of these things. Yes, you don't see these things, but I can see. That's why I've always been loyal to you. I've served you my whole life. And therefore, I'm speaking these bitter things like an affectionate mother, like an affectionate guardian. It does not please me to speak these things to you, but I'm speaking them to you because they are for your welfare. I don't want to see you become some maidservant, some beggar woman. I want you to always be known as Maharani Kaikeyi, Queen Kaikeyi. I can see what is happening before my eyes. I'm seeing everything unfolding. Therefore I'm warning you. Have faith in my words. This is a plot. And you are just naively you are accepting everything. And then Kaikeyi is saying, because Kaikeyi goes eventually, Ram had requested her for all these things. So therefore, she had made her heart, she had already fixed her mind. So now she was accepting all these things. Then she is saying, even she's playing the role, but now she is becoming bewildered, allowing these poisonous words and thoughts to cover her more and more. Then she's saying, oh Bandhav, what can be done? What do you suggest then? Then Maharaj is realizing, okay, now her words are having more and more effect, and she's laying her hand very slowly, saying, oh, nothing is lost yet. We have all the cards in our hand. If we make the right moves, everything can be saved, everything can be very auspicious for you and for the kingdom. Bharat is the rightful king. And therefore, this is the time that you approach Dasarath Maharaj and you remember the two benedictions that he gave you. Then Kaikeyi told, oh yes, he has promised me two benedictions. Yes, now is the time. The day before this coronation, today is the day that you will ask for these two benedictions. But what will I ask? What should I ask from him? And how? He said, it's not only what you will ask, it's also how you will ask. You will have to play this perfectly. Then everything will come perfectly. One, you should ask that Bharat will remain king. This is your first benediction you should ask. And the second benediction you will ask is to ensure that Bharat will stay king. And for that, you will ask Dasarath Maharaj to send Ram into the forest of exile for 14 years. Then Kaikeyi said, but how can we send Ram? Ram will not do anything against Bharat. He will also be happy that Bharat will be king. Why do you have to do this? You don't know these politics, you don't know how these things work. This is a must. You must. Okay, Ram is supporting Bharat, but what about everyone else? The followers of Ram who will be enraged by this. They will all make an uprising and then they will also they'll remove Bharat and they'll put Ram in his place. When Ram is gone, then all his followers, everything, they'll become weak, toothless. They will not be able to make any problem. Therefore, in order to ensure that Bharat remains king, and you remain queen, Ram has to go from the forest. It's the only way. Then he said, but they said, okay, I accept that. Okay, I'll ask his benedictions. Yes, you will ask them, but you will also ask them exactly how I tell you to ask them. Now, you will go now silently to your palace, and you will go to the Kop Bhavan. Those times the kings and queens, they had a special room where the queens, they would lament. And then if the queen went into that, then the king would get the official message that the queen is in the Kop Bhavan, the room of sulking. Then he would know, okay, there's some issue that I have to deal with. And he would come and talk to the queen and pacify the king. You go to the Kop Bhavan there, in simple dress, remove all your ornaments, and you will lay there. You will not say a word. Maharaj, hearing that you are there the day before coronation, this will create great anxiety in his heart. So he will come running, he will come to you very quickly. And when he comes to you, you will not say a single word. You will just sit there. He will, when Dasarath Maharaj approaches you, and he speaks so many He'll ask so many questions, so many words to you. What is the matter? What is wrong? You will remain silent. You will not say anything. Then, after some time, you will see how he'll become very desperate. And when he begs you and pleads you to speak, with desperation in his voice, when he's on his knees, when he tries to touch you, also you will not let him touch you. And he'll become even more desperate. Then finally he'll beg, please. Tomorrow is Ram's coronation, please tell me what is wrong. When he begs like that, then that time you will speak to him very slowly and you will tell him that I will tell you what is wrong only if you promise that you will give me what I want. You will make him promise first that he will give you what you want. Without making him promise, you will not tell him a single thing. And out of desperation, he will promise that he will give you whatever you want. And once he promises, that time, you will then explain to him that you want these two benedictions. And then, once he has promised and he agrees, that he has agreed, then you will tell him, Bharat will be king and Ram will enter the forest. Then he will try everything in his power to make you change your mind. But you will remain firm, you will make your heart hard like a stone, and you will not pay any credence to his tears, his lamentation, his prayers, or anything. And you ask his benediction, and he will be forced to give these benedictions. And then Maharaj will be made king, and then Rama will be sent away, and you will remain as Maharani Kaikeyi. Now go. Then Kaikeyi, she prepared herself, and exactly like Mantra says, she went there to the Kopavan, took all her ornaments, everything off, and then she laid down there. And just like Mantra had predicted everything, sure enough, Dasharatha Maharaj was busy making all arrangements for Ram's coronation. Then the news came, the Maharani Kaikeyi is in the Kopavan. And when he heard that, Dasharatha Maharaj's heart felt like he fell off a cliff. Then he thought, oh, what could possibly be the matter that she is in the Kopavan now? Such an auspicious time and a happy day. So immediately he wrapped up whatever he was doing and he went there to Kaikeyi's palace. And then when he went to the Kopavan, there she was. Kaikeyi in very simple clothes, she was lying there. And she was head covered, everything. So Dasharatha Maharaj, he came there. I said, oh, Maharani Kaikeyi, your king is here. Oh, my dear, what is the matter? Why are you on such an auspicious day? Why are you here in the Kopavan? Then she didn't, as Mandara instructed, she didn't say anything. Then he came close, and he tried to touch Kaikeyi. But as he tried to touch Kaikeyi, like you touch a snake or you touch any animal and they shudder away and they hiss, like that, Kaikeyi, she immediately rejected his approaches. And then he realized, oh, something is very wrong now. He became more desperate, like his heart became more, he grieved. What is the matter? Why aren't you saying anything? Tell me, why are you here? Has someone insulted you? Have I forgotten to give you something? Have I not maintained you, given you what you need? Or perhaps some bad news has come from our relatives? Or what is the reason? Why are you here in this sad mood? Kaikeyi said, yes, he still didn't speak anything. Then Dasharatha Maharaj said, oh, then he came down, and then he went onto his knees and he's sitting next to Kaikeyi. Please, Maharani, tell me, what is the matter? Please say something. This is giving me great pain in the heart to see you like this. Tomorrow is Ram's coronation. And we have a big celebration ahead of us. And I need you there. This is a moment we want to share together. Please, what is the matter? What is happening? Then she did not say anything. There's something I can do, something I can help. If there's anything I can do, I will do it. Please tell me, what is it that you want? Then, and she slowly, like Mantra had instructed and orchestrated everything, and she began speaking very softly. Oh, you are such a noble king. You are Maharaj Dasadar. You are famous for keeping your word. But when it comes to me, you are not that person. You are someone else. You are a great cheater, liar, deceiver. Then he can protect. What is it? What is it that I have not? What word I have not upheld with you? Please tell me what is the matter. And she said, I am willing to tell, but I need some reassurance. My faith is lost. If you can promise me that you will give me what I want, then I will tell you what is the matter. So I have no faith in you, I have no trust in you, not in anything. My faith is broken. Then he was like, what is my faults? If I have any faults, I will definitely rectify myself. And if there's anything that you want, I'll give it to you. But please let me know what is it that you want. He said, I am not falling into that trap. I am not that foolish. You first promised to me that you will give me what I want, then I will tell you. But I cannot believe you anymore. Then he was so perplexed. What is it that I have? Because the king of Rama, they always proud themselves of keeping their word, their promises. And in his mind he couldn't fathom imagine that he had broken anything. So he thought, and he is the king, and he has all power to fulfill anyone's desire, give anything. So then finally he said, okay, yes, I promise. Whatever you want, ask for, I will give you. But please just let me know, what is it that is disturbing you now? Immediately I will remove this distress. I cannot bear, I cannot tolerate to see you like this on such an auspicious day before my Ram's coronation. Then when Dasratha promised, that time Kaikeyi, then she removed the cloth away from her face. Then she showed herself. Then she began smiling a little. Oh, very good. You have given me your promise. Yes, I will tell you now what is disturbing me and what I want from you. He said, Maharaj, remember how I served you during your expedition, during your time in the world as a chariot driver. And the spoke or the pin in the axle of the wheel, it came out. There was nothing to hold the wheel in place. And I, with my one finger, I held that wheel, and with one hand I also guided the chariot, guided me to safety. And being pleased with me, you offered me 2 benedictions. And Dasratha, yes, I remember. Yes, those 2 benedictions. Yes, I wanted to give them to you then. What to speak of now? What is it that you ask? Anything you ask, I am ready to give you. Dasratha Maharaj, he was somewhat relieved. Oh, it's just about these 2 benedictions. She wants these 2 benedictions. So he's thinking, okay. So he felt some relief, like, okay, now I'm going to resolve this issue. And then Maharaj said, what is it that you ask from me? I'm willing to give you anything. Then Kaikeyi said, my first benediction, I'm asking from you now, is that tomorrow, Ram will not be made coronated king, but my son Bharat will be coronated as the king. When Dasratha Maharaj heard this, then he became pretty stunned. And he was shocked. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. But why? Why is it that you are asking for this now at this time? Why is it that everyone wants Ram to be king? Wait. Then she said, don't interrupt me. I have not finished. I am telling you my second benediction now. And the second benediction I want that is that Ram will be exiled to the forest for 14 years. And when she said those words, then Dasharatha Maharaj, he literally fainted. He couldn't bear to hear those words that Ram would be exiled for 14 years. He fainted. Then somehow or another, after some time, he came back to his consciousness. When the Kaikeyi was smiling, laughing, oh, you are such a great king, such a great Kshatriya, now you are fainted here in my palace. I've only asked for 2 small benedictions, those things what you promised me a long time ago. And now you cannot fulfill that. You have promised to give me these things. And now you are fainting upon hearing these things. Then Dasharatha Maharaj, he remembered everything, he came to consciousness, remembered everything that had taken place, then he turned. Then he said, Maharani, I can give you anything. Okay, Bharat will be made king, but I cannot send Ram to the forest for 14 years. This is not possible for me. Then Kaikeyi said, oh, so you can do anything, but then my 2 benedictions you cannot fulfill. So I will just have to announce, the world will just have to announce that Dasharatha Maharaj is a liar. He's a cheater and he has broken his word. This will be the result. If you cannot do it, just let me know now and I will go to announce it to everybody. You said you promised me you will give me what I want. Now I am asking for these 2 benedictions. Then, when Dasharatha Maharaj saw that Kaikeyi was determined in this way, then he began begging. Please, anything else, I'll do anything what you want. Please don't send Ram away for 14 years. Anything that you desire, I will do. Please. He started begging, like in a very pathetic way. Whatever you want, you name it. I'll do anything else, but don't send my Ram away. But like Mantra had said, Dasharatha Maharaj will plead and he'll beg in the most pathetic way in every way, but that time you have to make your heart very hard and you will completely ignore his tears, ignore his prayers, ignore his begging, and you will stay strong, firmly, and you will demand these 2 benedictions be fulfilled. Then Kaikeyi said, no, I want these 2 benedictions. Bharat will be king and Ram will have to. So then, Dasharatha Maharaj, he was there. He didn't leave. Then, the news, so many hours have passed now. The news that Dasharatha Maharaj has been in Kaikeyi's Bhavan, but she has not returned from there. Then some messengers came there looking, what is the matter, what is the issue? And they saw Dasharatha Maharaj lying there, very lifeless. And Kaikeyi was moving around with a smile on her face. Then they came over to the Maharani, Kaushalya, Vasishtha Rishi. Vasishtha Rishi is the man in the king's presence. Tomorrow there are some things we have to discuss regarding the coronation. Is the king available? He said, yes, the king is available. But as you can see that he is not feeling so well. I also want to discuss the coronation. There have been some changes. Maharaj, Dasharatha Maharaj, he has something very important to announce, isn't it? And then the messengers, they looked towards Dasharatha Maharaj, and then he was silent. Then he wouldn't speak. Then Kaikeyi said, oh, maybe there is no announcement after, maybe I will have to make an announcement then. Then Dasharatha Maharaj, and then he said, oh, then you call for Ram. I want to see Ram. I want to tell him personally. And then Ram was called there. And he came and he saw everything. He said, what is the matter? And Kaikeyi was saying, oh, your father, he has promised me something a long time ago. Now he doesn't want to give me. He is feeling reluctant and hesitant to fulfill those promises. Therefore he is laying in this condition. And after what could it possibly be? Nothing simple. I only ask for two simple conditions. One, that tomorrow Bharat will be my king, and second, that you will go to the forest for 14 years in exile. Then, when Ram heard this, then he smiled again and said, oh, is this all? It's a simple thing. But Dasharatha Maharaj, his heart was broken. Then Ram, he's smiling, he said, certainly Kaikeyi, Maharaj, this is the king's, my father's order, desire, then definitely I am ready. Just tomorrow to leave. And definitely Bharat should be my king, he will be a better king than me. This is a great, very good news. Then he turned to his father, Father, don't you worry, I will fulfill your order and I will not neglect. And don't you have to worry for me, I will, this is the desire of the Lord, and I will, tomorrow I will prepare to leave. Dasharatha Maharaj, he was heartbroken, oh, couldn't say anything. And then, as we heard the Vaishnava was saying, that time, so then the news spread everywhere that this was happening. Then Kaushalya, she came there, Sumitra, the other queen, they came to Dasharatha Maharaj, they were taking care of him, but he was like, his condition was very poor now. And that's when he began telling this pastime about Shravan Kumar. And then he told, the Vaishnava told this Katha, how that hot summer day, he was out hunting, and he knew the art of Shabda Vedivan. Shabda Vedivan means just on hearing sound, you fire an arrow, you hit the target, you don't need to see anything. So the same talent Arjuna, he was practicing one time in the night. Dronacharya, he woke up, he came, he heard the sound of someone shooting their bow. He came, he saw Arjuna on the bank of the river, also practicing this in the night. Then Dronacharya came, he said, what are you doing? Then Arjuna said, oh, Gurudev, I am practicing this art, this talent. Then Dronacharya became so pleased. I have not even taught you this yet, but you are practicing doing saran for it already. Then he blessed him. You will become my most famous and best disciple. So this art was known during that time. So this Shravan Kumar, he was the son of two rishis, the Maharshis, and they were lame and they were blind. So he would carry them, and he was on a hot summer day, he was on the bank of the river filling water, and the sound of the water going into the pot. Dasharatha Maharaj heard, he shot his arrow, then he heard a scream. It was the sound of an animal, the sound of a human. He came running there and he saw Shravan Kumar's young boy in tears. Then Shravan Kumar said, what have you done? Why have you shot me? Then, what was my sin? Then Dasharatha Maharaj was really shocked, looking his arm, blood was everywhere. What have I done? What have I done? Then Shravan said, oh, it was an accident. I didn't mean. Then Shravan Kumar said, my two parents, they are depending on me. They cannot see, they cannot walk, and I have come here to get water, but you have mercifully struck me. My last request, you please go to them, bring this water to them, fulfill my last seva. My last seva, I'm asking you to deliver this water to them. So let them know what has happened. So then taking the water bottle in one hand, taking the bottle in the other, then Dasharatha Maharaj came to the area where he was. As he was approaching, that time they were asking, oh, Shravan Kumar, is that you? So Dasharatha Maharaj couldn't speak anything. He was still in shock. What had happened? He just killed the boy. And he was coming closer, then he was stepping on the leaves, making sound. Oh, said, Shravan, is that you? Why aren't you speaking? Say something. Then, as he came closer, he said, oh, I am not Shravan Kumar, I am Dasharatha Maharaj. I said, I am not Shravan Kumar. I said, who are you then? Why have you come here? Where is our son? He said, I am Dasharatha Maharaj, and I have killed your son. You have killed my son. Why? What crime did he do? He said, oh, he has done no crime. He is sinless. But I have committed sin. I have accidentally shot him. And therefore, his last request is that I come, deliver this water to you, and to his last line because I deliver this water to you and I have come to ask forgiveness. Then the Rishi, the Brahma Rishi, they said, oh, we have the power to curse you, but we are not going to curse you in this way. That you have come, you have openly said everything, therefore we have a request. Now we are going to leave our bodies also. We are only staying in this world due to the love of our son. Now that he is gone, we have no reason to remain here anymore. So as we don't want to remain here. You have to cremate our bodies. First, I think the mother, she did self-combustion and she burned herself to ashes. Then the separation from son and his wife, and the last Rishi, I am also going to burn myself. But I just want to let you know one thing. The pain that we have experienced today, you will also have to experience. When you have a son, you will experience, in separation from him, you will experience the same pain. And then he self-combusted, burned himself. So, this art that they knew that in the very previous ages. Even nowadays, some modern scientists, they're researching this art, self-combustion. They're saying, oh, there may be some possibility, there's some basis to it. But without Siddhi, mantra, Siddhi is not possible. So then Dasaratha Maharaj, hearing the word of the Rishi, instead of becoming morose and sad, he became happy. Very happy. Oh, when I get a son, I will also feel this separation of him when I leave. So he was thinking, oh, okay, when I'll get a son, when I get old, I die, then I'll be remembering my son, I'll feel pain. He was thinking like this. There's some scenario in his head. So that means, oh, technically he just blessed me now that I will get a son. He was very happy. So then he came back. But he didn't tell anyone what had inspired that day. He did nothing. He didn't tell anybody. But now, for the first time, as Kaushalya and Sumitra are there by his side, he's saying, I cannot see anything now. Just like those rishis, I'm becoming blind. And I'm feeling separation from Ram. So, Ram, then just before this, so then the next day when the time came, Ram was getting ready to leave. That time Lakshman, he came and said, oh, brother, I've always been by your side since the day I was born. And right now I'm not about to leave you also. Therefore, if you're going to the forest, I am going to the forest. But Ram said, no, you have to stay here. Who is going to look after the mother? Kaushalya, this and that. But Lakshman was very stubborn. He said, Ram, I cannot think of anything else but your service. It will not be possible for me to serve Mother Kaushalya and others, even if you order me to. I have to be by your side. If you go into the forest, I am coming with you. I cannot leave you. It doesn't matter what the hardships, I am prepared. Please, brother, he begged him, please do not reject my request. This is my one request. If I've ever done any service to you, if I've ever been loyal to you, please allow me to go with you to the forest. Then Ram smiled, he embraced Lakshman. You are a true brother. You are a true servant. And he said, yes, come with me. I will require your assistance. Then, when Ram was with Sita Devi, then Ram told Sita Devi that you will have to stay here and take care of the queens. Sita Devi said, you are my Parameshwar, you are my Pati, everything. Apart from you, I know nothing. Once, that moment that you accepted my hand in marriage, you became my Bhagavan. Therefore, my service to you is my everything. Without your service, my life has no meaning. I'll give up my life. If you go into the forest, I will also come with you. I cannot, whatever happiness you experience, I will also experience it. Whatever distress you go through, I will also go through with that. I cannot leave your side. So then, Sita Devi also was so determined. Then Ram, he also then said, okay. So then Kaikeyi told Ram, you go into the forest, you will not take one single anything from here. This is now all the property of Bharat. Your jewels, your royalty, your everything you have to leave behind. We have prepared for you some ordinary dress. Wearing this ordinary dress, befitting a hermit, befitting someone who is in exile, to take this dress and go. So dress for Bharat and Lakshmana were prepared. But then Sita said, I am also going. Then she said, oh, you cannot take these ornaments and jewels also. You will also have to wear these things. And everyone was very shocked. But how can you demand Sita to change her dress? At least allow her to go with it. He said, no. Then Vasishtha Rishi said, but because she is married, she will have to maintain some minimum ornamentation to show that she is, this is her dharma as a wife. So therefore her ring and her the jewel that is on top between the hair and her bangle. These three things she will have to wear. So on Vasishtha Rishi's order, then those things three were allowed, but she was also given an ordinary dress. And then the three of them, they offered their pranams to Dasarath Maharaj, Kaikeyi, Guru Vasishtha, and then they left. And then one representative from Ayodhya, chariot, I think Dasarath Maharaj was on chariot driver. He was to escort them to the border of the Ayodhya kingdom. This way they left. And as they left, at that time Maharaj Dasarath, he was telling this Katha. And then about Shravan Kumar and all that. And then in separation from Ram, then he was crying out Ram's name again, Ha Ram, Ha Ram, Ha Ram. And then he, unable to even say Ha Ram 3 times, then he left his life. Gave up his life there. Just like the Rishi had first. In this way, Ram left. And as Ram was leaving, then actually then so many of the Ayodhya-vasis, they all left. If Ram is going, we are also going. They left Ayodhya, they began following Ram. And Ram was walking and then so many of the Ayodhya-vasis were going behind him. Walking. Then they came to the Ganga. And then Ram, in the middle of the night, he told Lakshman and this Sita Devi, and the charioteer said, if you cross the Ganga, then the border of the kingdom is there, then your exile will begin from there. So he said, we will not stay here because Bharat will not be happy, nor will, this is not the terms of the exile that the kingdom, the Ayodhya-vasis will come with me. They should stay and support the king, Bharat, my brother Bharat. They should not come with me. In the middle of the night, they snuck out, they left. So in the morning when they woke up, all the Ayodhya-vasis saw that Rama was not there. Rama disappeared, so then they became on morose, they sad, and they returned back to Ayodhya. But it said that the Hijras, the Kinnaras, they didn't go. That means those who are double sex, who are male and female, both. There are certain castes that they have both, like qualities. Male genital and female genital, both. They're called kinnaras, double. So they didn't leave. And it said that when, after the whole Ramayana, when Ram returns, he comes there and he sees them waiting for him there. They're waiting in the same spot all those 14 years. And Ram became so pleased, he blessed them. He blessed them. Therefore these Kinnaras, the Hijras, they have some siddhi, some shakti. Therefore in the Vedic custom, whenever there's like any auspicious event, then they'll call them, it's auspicious, they can bless the event. And also if you make them unhappy, they'll also curse. Therefore like you see, sometimes they're coming in the trains, they clap their hands, they want some donations. That time people will give. And then who was telling me? Someone was sitting in a train. He saw there was some man there. They were asking some donation. He was being very rude. Hey, go from here, not this stuff. And they was like, no, give something. But he kept on being very extremely rude. Then the Hijras became very upset. With anger in her eyes, said something, cursed. And the devotee was sitting there. As she left, literally within 3-5 seconds, that person, he started trembling, convulsing, and foam came from his mouth, and he fell on the floor of the train. And then the train had to stop in the next station, and then taking off the train and sending him to some hospital. I forget who was telling me, they saw with their own eyes. So Allah has blessed them in that way. They are mentioning the Shastra. And every year they have a gathering. There's one temple in South India, all the pujaris are there, these Giridhari. They were, I forget which deity they worship. There's a big gathering. Lakhs and lakhs of them, they come there for the annual festival every year, and they do their puja and they have their gathering there. So this King Rama here blessed them, and Rama is mentioned. So then what ultimately then what happens is Ram, so when they come to the Ganga, then Sita Devi, she worships the Ganga. And she promises the Ganga, and you are giving us shelter, you are giving me shelter, as now we are entering into this exile. And as I make a vow, a promise, as I return into this kingdom, I will also come and I will touch you. I will receive your blessings and your touch, and then only then will I enter back into this land. So they worship the Ganga, and then there is one boatman there. The boatman they want to take across. The boatman is reluctant. How can I take you across? I am a very poor boatman. And your feet? No, he said, I will have one condition, I'll take you across. You let me wash those feet. Why? Because everyone knows your glories. These same feet, they touched the stone, and Ahaliya, Kanya, this girl Ahaliya was born from the stone. Now I am a poor boatman, I have one daughter, and it's very difficult for me to maintain that one daughter. If your lotus feet touch my boat, any Kanya, any will manifest from my boat, then I have two daughters, and how will I maintain those daughters? Therefore, I will have to wash those feet first, make sure there's no dust, then you can step into my boat. Speaking very tricky like this, then Ram healed. Because he doesn't, he's very humble, but then finally he will okay. And then he allowed that boatman to wash Ram's feet. He washed that Charnamita, took it, gave it to his family, everyone on his head, then he took Ram across. And he said, my payment is this, that you are Maryada Purushottam Ramachandra. You are going to, as I am taking you across this river Ganga, you will take me and my whole family across this ocean of material existence. So then Ram, he was able to cross that Ganga without any payment. And even today, there was boat dwellers, you can see there also their caste, they have that quality to them. They're very clever, they're very intelligent in that way, crafty. Still from that time, that caste has that quality to them. So then, Ram, he entered into exile to the forest. Then meanwhile, Bharat and Shatrugna, they were in their uncle's place, far, I think, at least a couple of days away. So then the messenger had came from Ayodhya, saying that your presence is required immediately to return. Dasarath Maharaj is not feeling well. So when they heard that, then Shatrugna Bharat immediately left from there, and they came back to Ayodhya. And coming back to Ayodhya, then they saw, as they entering, the streets are empty, someone seeing them and they're closing the window, not looking at them, everything is very silent, and they're feeling, oh, something is wrong. Then they enter into the palace, everything is very grave. And when they came in front of Queen Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, then what did they see? They were wearing white cloth, which is the sign of a widow. Then they understood something must be very wrong. Why are you wearing this white cloth? Where is father? What has happened? And then they brought to that father, Dasarath Maharaj has departed. Departed how? What happened? Where is Ram? And there was only silence. Then Bharat said, speak, why is not anyone saying anything? What is going on? Then actually when she came back, it was Kaikeyi, in Mandara, they arranged a nice welcoming actually. They were there ready with the lamps, gala and everything. Why King Bharat is coming? Mandara told, now you have to welcome the king. But seeing the white cloth, everything, then Kaikeyi said, oh, I think of Kaikeyi, you said, Dasarath Maharaj, he has left this world. But you have come just in time, it is for it was Dasarath Maharaj's desire that you will be coronated king. It is his last desire, his dying wish, that you will be made king. And where is Ram? And it was Dasarath Maharaj's desire that Ram will be sent to the forest for 14 years exile. The Maharaj could not believe. How is this possible? No, I cannot believe. Dasarath Maharaj cannot believe, stay without Ram for even 1 second. What to speak of sending him for 14 years? Then he said, speak the truth. What have you done? He became angry, like upset. Then she saw Manthara there. Then she realized, no, something is. You have done this. Then, I think it was Bharat or Satyakshana. They took a sword, they wanted to cut her. But then the other brother, he restrained him. Then someone spoke, oh, this Kaikeyi asked for these 2 benedictions, everything came out. Then Bharat, he was. The Vasishtha Rishi actually said, no, Dasarath Maharaj, he has to be, his final rites have to be done. They have been preserving him in oil and things. Now that Bharat Maharaj came, he said, now you have to perform his rites. This is the first thing you have to do. So Bharat Maharaj, Satyakshana, they performed the rites for Dasarath Maharaj, everything, befitting a king and everything. Then, after that was all done, then Bharat Maharaj said, oh, where is Ram? He said, now prepare my chariot, everything. We're going to go to Ram, and we're going to tell him to come back. He's going to be made king, and I'm going to change everything. Doesn't matter what Maharani Kaikeyi is asking, but this is what is going to happen. So then Bharat, Satyakshana, then they saw that he was very determined, then everyone decided, okay, we'll all go. We'll all go. Even Kaikeyi said, I'll also go. So then one hand she was like, oh, what have I done? Whatever I said, whatever I asked for, okay, I'll also come, I'll also agree, we'll ask him to come back. Then the whole Ayodhya, everyone was prepared to go meet with Ram and then invite him back. Then this Katha that Gurudev always speaks, this will hear again another day.
But I thought that Ram himself asks, make the order to Kaikeyi to give these.
Yes.
But this story is told and it was males that
No, I explained yesterday how, even in the beginning of the Katha I explained, that Ram asked him. Ram asked Kaikeyi, therefore Kaikeyi, understanding that it was Ram's desire, therefore she made her heart, she prepared herself mentally, okay, I will do this. And then she allowed herself to be influenced by Manthara.
Manthara was saying the same thing as Ram.
Vaishnava said that Manthara actually, she even hated more than Kaikeyi. So she even did, in one sense, did a greater sacrifice than even Kaikeyi. Because she had to play the catalyst, play the ultimate bad role. There's no happy ending for her. So she had to act in such a way to convince Kaikeyi to do this.
So she was also doing Ram's service.
Yes. Vaishnava said there is also desire of Yogamaya. But they all ultimately parikars of Ram. So they all took up this services role. They did that service role.
Was she there when Ram gave the order to Kaikeyi? Was Manthara there and we heard?
I'm not sure if she was there, but even if she wasn't there, because she is the personal servant of Kaikeyi, Kaikeyi would have told Manthara everything that night, this is what happened. And anyhow, but even if not, the Yogamaya potency is inspiring them anywhere in their hearts. Even if she didn't know externally, she was inspired in such a way to act in that way, to make sure that this pastime would unfold in that way. Because it's a very difficult thing to do. But Kaikeyi loves Ram even more than Bharat. She could never ask for those things, but only because Ram requested her, then she allowed herself to become covered and this pastime unfolded. Otherwise, how would they? It's like you need to do something, but you need some sometimes you need to prepare yourself to do something, right? Mentally. Something is it's a demanding task. So even though you know it's for Rama's happiness, but even the act of doing and asking Dasarath Maharaj, ultimately what? It led to Dasarath Maharaj leaving his body. It's a very pathetic and very tragic event. So even if they know everything, they have that Aishwarya knowledge, but still the inspiration must be there to do it. Otherwise how they'll moment. So this, and without that then the Ramayana, the lila will not take place. So that's why it happened in such a way. We'll finish here, we'll continue. No. Gaur Brahmananda Hare Hare Niva Jai Shri Guru Pada Padma Ki Jai Guru Parampara Ki Jai Sachinanda Gaur Hari Ki Jai Saparshada Gaur Hari Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Nanda Gaur Vaishya Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Brahmananda